we don't need to read through the explanation. Let's just look down at the 동물 한 무리의 이름들. Okay, there's a lot of different names, a lot of diverse names that we use for animals in English. And this is one aspect of English that's complicated, but it doesn't really matter because you don't need to learn these, right? Like I told you before, you need to be careful that you only spend time learning important things. These things are not very important, especially the second level. 원어민들도 모르는 거. 그건 안 배우셔도 돼요. Okay, but the ones above that, there's a couple that are important. So let's look at heard. Okay, 들었다 하고 그 절자 똑같아요. 그 맞춤법 똑같아요. Okay, heard 들었어요, right? Heard. But H-E-R-D, and then 야생말, buffalo, okay, or rhinoceros. 아니죠. 그 절자 아니죠.
발음.
Yeah, 발음, that's what I wanted to say. 발음이 똑같아요. Heard. Okay, so 야생말, buffalo, 고뿔소. Okay, and when we talk about big animals, do you remember what we talk when we say a horse, 발에 대해서 얘기할 때 이름이 뭐죠? 발 어떻게 불러요? Hoof, right? H-O-O-F. So animals that have hooves usually move in herds. Okay, so for example, buffalo. I remember one summer when I was in high school, I think I was a freshman in high school, and I was taking a road trip with my mother, and we were in southern Colorado, and we were on a lonely highway, just a small road, and we were going up kind of a hill, and there was one buffalo, a wild buffalo, but like a baby buffalo, like about this size, and I thought, that's strange that there's a buffalo by itself, because normally they move in herds, right? And then we went up over this mountain and then looked down in the valley, and there was about maybe 3,000 buffalo all over the place. So there's still wild buffalo in America in the plains. If you go to the Great Plains, they're wild, they just live on their own. And so that's called a herd of buffalo. And when the buffalo get excited or get scared, they stampede, they run together, right? And when they run together, it's really dangerous. Because if you're out there walking, they'll just run over you, right? So, because they don't care about you. That's called a stampede. Okay? Stampede. This is when all the animals get scared and they run together. So, horses can sometimes stampede. Mostly we use this about buffalo. Because if you're out there, like let's say I go out there to take pictures of the buffalo, but I use a flash on the camera or something, and the flash scares the buffalo, and then one runs, and then they all start running, because if one starts running, they all get scared, right? It's like birds. One bird gets scared and they all fly away. It's like that with buffalo. If one gets scared and starts running around, then they all run away, and that's really dangerous. Okay, so that's called a stampede. Alright, then next, 물고기 한 무리. Okay, a school of fish. Alright, 사자 한 무리. A pride of lions. So, Lion King 보셨으면은 아마 거기 나왔을 거예요. Okay, the pride. Alright, warren. Okay, rabbits. Rabbits live in a warren underground. They share the same network of caves. The caves are usually connected underground. Okay, that's called a warren. Alright, flock은 진짜 중요해요. Okay, you should definitely learn flock, because everybody knows flock. So I was talking about a bird, the birds earlier. Okay, that's called a flock, if they move together. Birds that fly together, that's called a flock. Okay, gaggle. Geese. Okay, 기러기에 대해서 얘기할 때, a gaggle of geese. Sometimes we use this about, like it says there, 시끄럽게 수다 떠는 사람에 대해서도 써요. Okay, we say like there's a gaggle. We would say a gaggle of girls, right? A gaggle. I was studying in Starbucks and it was nice and quiet, and then a gaggle of high school girls came in and ruined the atmosphere, right? Then you could say gaggle. Because if you ever see geese, geese are really loud. When they fly or when they hang out, they just quack all the time. Honk, actually we say honk. They honk all the time. Alright, pack. 이것도 중요해요. Okay? The pack, the wolf pack. 늑대의 한 무리. So dogs, we call them a dog pack or a wolf pack. Colony. Okay, for ants, an ant colony. Okay, beaver. Beaver is like kind of like a 수달, but it's only endemic to North America. So it's a kind of animal that lives in North America that makes a dam in the river. So if you go into the Rocky Mountains, sometimes when we go camping, you would notice that there was a river, and then all of a sudden the river was really quiet. And you go look, and there's this little animal, like this big, made this dam across the whole river. And they block the river so they can have quiet, like a little lake, and they live in the lake. So this little animal, it goes and finds a tree and bites the tree with its teeth, knocks it over, and then brings it, cuts it up and then brings it and makes a dam in the river. So we call that a beaver dam. Okay, and so beavers live in colonies, and ants also live in colonies. Okay, swarm. 이것도 중요한 말이에요. Swarm. Okay, a swarm of bees, a swarm of flies. Okay, so 매미도, locusts, a swarm of locusts. Alright, a pod of whales and a bed of snakes. Alright, now the rest of these, you don't have to learn. I learned them just because they were fun to learn, but it's not important. The other thing also about English is that the baby animal always has a different name too. Okay, in Korean, they're all just called the same thing, usually, but in English, every animal, the young of every animal has a different name. Okay, so like a cub, like a lion and a cub, C-U-B, is the word that we use for the young. And then a lot of animals, right? Like in Korean, if you think that, yeah, a chick is different from a chicken, right? You have those words are separate. It's like that in English, except that almost every animal has a different word for the young. Okay, like cat and kitten, right? Dog, puppy, and on and on and on. They're all different, okay? But you don't need to learn those because it's not important. I'm just telling you. Alright, let's look at the, these are some idioms that involve animals. So, at a snail's pace. 정말 달팽이만큼 느린 속도로. Okay, so why are you doing the test at a snail's pace? You need to pick it up. You need to speed up. Okay? So he never does anything quickly. He moves at the pace of a snail. He always moves at a snail's pace, like that. Okay, knee-high to grasshopper. 이거 좀 시골 같은 말투예요. Okay? You don't need to learn that, it's not that important. But it's just when you talk about a kid. I remember you when you were knee-high to grasshopper. Alright, as busy as a bee. 이거는 좀 써요. Okay, as busy as a bee. When somebody's, 바쁘게 이렇게 왔다 갔다 하고 있을 때. And like 윙윙 소리 이렇게 나듯이. Say like, she's as busy as a bee. He's as busy as a bee. Alright, hold your horses,은 많이 써요. Okay? But I don't know, I guess it's important. It's good to know. So if somebody's being really hasty, right? 급하다. Hasty. Somebody's being hasty, somebody's rushing, you could say, hey, hold your horses. Calm down. Where do you think that comes from? 그거 어원이 뭐였을까? Hold your horses. If you're riding a horse and you want the horse to slow down, you hold the horses, right? You hold them back. So that's where that came from. That expression came from there originally. Alright, and then there's one more important one that I want you to know. To have bigger fish to fry. Okay, to have bigger fish to fry 많이 써요. Okay? 지금 이렇게 하찮은 일에 대해서 신경 쓸 시간이 없어요. Okay? 나한테 더 중요한 일이 있어요. 먼저 해야 되는 거 많아요. Then you say, I can't worry about this. I have bigger fish to fry right now. Okay? Sometimes you see this in like an action movie where like there's a cop. The main character is a police officer, right? And maybe the world's about to end. But he's passing by a 7-Eleven and somebody's stealing a candy bar at 7-Eleven. But the cop doesn't care about that because the world's ending. You know what I'm saying? So like 이 조그만한 사소한 일에 대해서 지금 신경 못 써요. 왜냐하면 더 큰, 더 대단한 문제 있기 때문에. So for example, like in Will Smith, like if you watch Independence Day or something, there's the alien spaceship above Los Angeles. He's not going to care about somebody stealing a candy bar at 7-Eleven because he has bigger fish to fry. Okay? So you can say that about yourself. I have bigger fish to fry. Like that. Okay? Alright, any questions? Nope. Okay, good. Oh, you have one?
좀 급하다는 표현 hasty.
Yeah, he's really hasty. Hasty. He's really hasty. Yeah, we don't say he has a hasty personality though. We just say he is really hasty. Yeah, he's really.
그렇게 말하면 매사에 그렇다는 의미로.
Yeah. Yep. Because yeah, that hasty sounds like somebody who has that personality. But 이 순간에 그렇다면, you would say he's really rushing. He's rushing. He's rushing right now. But hasty sounds like, yeah, all the time. He's that way all the time. Anything else?
사귀자 그러면 어떻게 말해요?
사귀자?
네.
Let's go out. Or you would say, yeah, let's go out. Yeah, let's go out. Or
Ask her out.
yeah, ask her out. And you would say like, do you want? I guess you would say, do you want to go out with me? 네, 좀 그렇게 잘 안 했으니까. 공식적으로 안 물어봤어요. 그냥 자연스럽게 가면서 그냥 가까워지고 뭐 그런 스타일이었어요. I don't think in America, you know, it's not that important that you like 고백 문화는 별로 없던 거. It depends on, yeah, no, I mean, it's like 어느 날부터 이렇게 손을 잡고 다니기 시작했으면 그러면 사귀는 거죠. But
애니버서리 어떻게 생각해요?
어?
애니버서리
알죠. 그 처음에 이게 모를 수 있어요. 이게 우리 첫 키스했던 날 아니면 처음에 손 잡았을 때 그 날. And you say when, you know, then you think about it. But yeah, there's not so much of like that 고백하는 거. We do that a lot in middle school, and then but after middle school and high school, then people don't really like do it formally. Like you're my girlfriend, I'm your boyfriend. It's more just like if you start kissing, then you'll know you're together, you know. But yeah, you could say, would you? Yeah, do you want to go out with me? Or I guess you could also say, do you want to be my girlfriend? Will you be my girlfriend? But yeah, do you want to go out? Let's go out. 괜찮아요. But what if they say, 지금 나가자는 거예요? 아니면 사귀자는 거예요? They might say, you mean go outside right now? You have to be clear about it. So maybe you should grab her hand at 그 순간에 손을 잡고 해봐요. 그러면 애매하지 않을 거예요. Yeah, okay. Alright, any other questions? Alright, then we'll see you next week.